to help them make better decisions on limited endowment funds or the 5 furious foundations and how to spend it and who to spend it on versus valuing those who hold dog shit and watch them sniff bacteria. It's more than symbolism. It's what humanity represents in who they marry and who they ambush by Columbia, Princeton, NYPD, Starbucks, and Apple Store USBs. Reprieve by Steve Jobs on June the 1st, special edition airbook Macs. Mine Steve Jobs from Tim Cook and Apple and Google Now and D Show. And of course, Goose Universe in the Box will be the legacy of MIT versus the CERN reactors. Universe in the Box representing, of course, informatic particles colliding versus physics particle colliders. The dry lab versus the wet lab or CERN laboratories. The D Show talk at MIT C cells many years ago. Now take a look at this. What else iPhone is meant for. Just to remind you, this is what iPhone was meant for. Hold on. Doing chemistry research here. Orgo Cam Pro. Chemistry equation. Learn organic chemistry. Khan Academy on chemistry versus MIT Academy on instructional physics programs on MIT iOS 4 special editions of mine. Molecules. Nice molecules. Ask Dr. Shaw instead of ask Dr. Shaw for what economic investments to make. By the way, tell Steve Jobs for his health, take a look at Ask Dr. Shaw and the concepts behind there. This says Chief Strategist and of course the watchdog of Steve Jobs, Apple Inc. Mind Steve Jobs about that. It's free. Molecules. Take a look. Versus D Shaw's protein folding in the iOS 4 platform in the future and always on for end-time supercomputing. Let's take a look at this. Always on. How about this one? Always on PC. Supercomputing web. Cloud that I told Mathematica Microsoft and especially Apple farms to have. I'll tell Apple to work on it and always on to work on my Google phones by the Google people. Tell Google to have it installed since I bought it 2 days ago. Stop the crap with this OS system. Tell always on PC too. That's it. Ken Speeches start working on a strong legacy project not to fail, and the legacy of the foundation itself, the Fast and 5 Furious teams, using the foundation sphere to help it make CEO decisions about who to give grants to with more limited funds that the White House and UN budgets larger don't need or don't have the foundation sphere AI assistance team to CEO decision making. And D. Shaw should have suggested that to Obama as well as to the 5 foundations that he had been looking for the very same existing AI system and infrastructure in a multi-generational project, informatic particles collider versus physics particles collider. In other words, information, bits and pieces colliding together through social web pages and all kinds of other informatics available to the public or not to the public, but available to the foundation to help it exist, make secret decisions or grants or limited money to who better protect the cornerstones of the future versus the larger budgets protecting the past cornerstones and the 7 wonders of the world by the White House and UN budgets. That's the legacy of the Fast and Five Furious Foundation. Tell them now versus this. Versus this. Versus this. Einstein theory of space-time versus this. This is a picture of me, guys. Take a good look. Oh, it isn't here. The picture of me isn't on this one. Let me see. Nope, that's not me. It's not me either. Oh, I can move the moon. Look at that. The Power of Thor project got 5 foundation sphere. Look at that. I have the power to move the moon. iPhone 4 changes everything. Nothing else is like it. Especially the white one. Tell Steve Jobs to make my future iOS just as good as the white ones. We need an M build and a future Z build instead of the J build. So Steve Jobs, start working on it now. Versus this. Versus molecules. Versus this. Future iLibrary, spotlight searches. One paragraph can be searched for content or similar paragraphs content in other textbooks and scientific papers. iLibrary versus iBook and Spotlight AI search engine. Powered by IBM Watson Research Software, bought by Apple. Look at all those scientific textbooks and research papers. Look at that. So Steve Jobs is working on that for our iOS special edition now. And Tim Cook of Apple Inc. Oh, the picture of me is not on this one too. Too bad. This is not me. This is a picture of a thug. Yo, Steve Jobs. iPhone 4 is nothing else. It's like an iPhone. Not even on Google, failed OS system, and always on install problems on the Google phone OS. Tell Larry Page and Google now. Versus this. Versus this. Now available in white. Much better than those guys on the walls. What did you say? Tell Steve Jobs Special Edition iOS, make sure it's better than those guys on the walls over here. It's iPad MacArthur for iPhone 4, IBM Watson Research Building, and IBM Supercomputer Phone 1 and 2. That's not me either. I'm searching for a picture of me. I can't find any. Oh, that's me. The Apple logo. That's me. Tell Steve Jobs. That's the picture of me. See that? Someone bit into me. Stole my iPhones in the past. My laptop. And USB ports, that Apple store here.